Author Charles Spicer has dug up some fascinating information about a very unorthodox group of intelligence agents who used amateur diplomacy to try to prevent the terrible rise of the Nazi regime. He uncovered information about a pacifist Welsh historian, a World War I flying ace, and a businessman who collects butterflies. They were able to infiltrate the Nazi high command and offer valuable information to the British government.
His new book is Coffee with Hitler, the untold story of the amateur spies who tried to civilize the Nazis. And Charles joins us this morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Hi, thank you for having me. Good to meet you.
Seems like this should be a story we would have heard. How did you stumble upon this?
I discovered the organization that these guys set up called the Anglo-German Fellowship, and no one had done proper research on it. It took some digging, but I found a lot of useful information, including the membership list.
And was the membership's intention to sort of diffuse World War II, or were they doing other things and this just came along?
No, they were set up in 1935, so they were worried about the risk of a second war between Britain and Germany. And it was a friendship society, which has historically been written off as some sort of pro-Nazi group, which it wasn't really at all. They just didn't want another war.
Interesting. And so tell us a little bit about what they did. It was kind of this idea, I believe, that you would have dinner parties and these things where you could talk to Nazis like gentlemen and try and convince them to change their mind. Is that too simplistic?
No, I think that's a fair summary. They held big parties in London at all the best hotels, and they had members of the government, members of the royal family come visit, and then they went out to Germany for the Olympics and for the big Nuremberg rallies. And we had full diplomatic relations between the two countries, so it now looks odd to us post-war to see them doing this, but at the time it was a sensible thing to be doing.
So what information were they able to pick up, and what was the reaction from the higher-ups in the British government when they presented their amateur information to the professionals?
Very good question, Larry. I mean, they became particularly friendly with Ribbentrop, who became the foreign minister, and Goering, who ran the Luftwaffe and was essentially Hitler's number two. And both of those two individuals couldn't help but show off. So they would share all this vital information, which wasn't getting through to London through any other sources. And it did get through to London. It got through to the Foreign Office and to the Prime Minister, and was quoted in cabinet meetings.
So was Churchill, when he gets this information, am I reading this right, that Churchill maybe was looking for a way to appease them?
Churchill isn't yet in power. It's Neville Chamberlain who's the Prime Minister. Churchill is in the wilderness. He's a backbencher, but he's getting the same information because they had a channel of communication with him as well. He didn't want another war, but he wanted us to be tough with Nazi Germany. And
they also had a pipeline to FDR.
Yes, through Lord Lothian, who was a liberal journalist and politician who became the British ambassador to Washington. He arrived 2 days before the war broke out. And he built a great relationship with Roosevelt and persuaded him, helped persuade him to support the British in the early days, and then obviously in due course joined the war.
So is there any of their information that really made a notable difference that you can pinpoint?
Any information
that they passed along that really made an impact?
Yeah, or was it all ignored?
Oh, I don't think it was ignored. I think that the problem is the British government made the wrong decisions, and particularly Neville Chamberlain, who got on his plane and went out to see Hitler, which wasn't the right way of handling it. All the time they said, you must be stronger with him. Walk softly but carry a big stick. And he didn't quite follow that.
Well, the book is Coffee with Hitler, and you can find Charles Spicer on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.